Here's a hard truth. 95% of creatives are leaving over $10,000 on the table every single year. It's not a talent mistake. It's a brand mistake. Every month you delay building an undeniable brand, you accept a price that chips away at your true worth. Stop making this five-figure mistake by year's end. Together, let's claim the value you've already created. Before we dive in, I want to be crystal clear. I'm a financial educator, not a licensed financial advisor. The ideas we talk about here are for educational purposes, to help you build awareness and ask better questions. This isn't personalized financial advice, so please always consult with a qualified professional for your unique situation. Okay, let's get into it. So where does this gap between your talent and your income actually come from? It starts with a silent battle many of us fight internally. We're taught to believe in a sacred wall between our art and the act of commerce. On one side, there's the pure, passionate work, the thing we do for free. On the other, there's business, marketing, and money, which can feel transactional, dirty, or like a compromise of our integrity. This internal conflict creates a crippling hesitation. When it's time to price our services, we flinch. When we need to market ourselves, we feel like we're selling out. We tell ourselves, my work should speak for itself. But in a crowded world, that's like whispering in a hurricane. This mindset forces us to subconsciously devalue our own output. We start accepting projects for less than their worth, not because we lack skill, but because we're uncomfortable assigning a dollar amount to something that feels so personal, so much a part of our soul. We see our creativity as a gift, and it feels strange, even wrong, to charge boldly for a gift. But what if this wall between art and commerce is a modern illusion? What if the most revered creators throughout history understood a fundamental truth that allowed them to not only survive, but thrive because of their craft? What timeless principle did they know that we've forgotten? They understood a simple, profound law that governs all sustainable endeavors, creative or otherwise, the law of value exchange. This isn't a cold, corporate concept. It's a deeply human one. It states that your compensation is not a measure of your talent or your effort, but a direct reflection of the value you create for another person. Money, in this context, is simply a certificate of appreciation. It's proof that you solved a problem, evoked an emotion, or fulfilled a need. The most successful creators in history, from Leonardo da Vinci taking commissions from patrons to modern-day filmmakers securing funding, didn't see commerce as a betrayal of their art. They saw it as the bridge that allowed their art to connect with the world and, in return, provide them with the resources to create even more. This single shift in perspective dismantles that imaginary wall between your passion and your profession. When you focus on the value you are time exchanging, NEMS, you stop selling a product and start serving a purpose. A graphic designer isn't just selling a logo. They are providing a new business with its visual identity, its first handshake with the world. A musician isn't just selling a song. They are offering the soundtrack to a memory, a feeling of connection, or the energy to get through a tough day. Your work is the vehicle, but the value is the destination it takes someone to. When you internalize this, pricing is no longer about your personal sense of worth. It's an objective assessment of the impact you deliver. This is the key to breaking free from the hesitation that costs so many creatives so dearly. It moves the focus from an internal struggle, am I good enough to charge this much, to an external empathetic question. What is this solution, this feeling, this transformation truly worth to the person receiving it? Suddenly, you're not an artist begging for validation. You are a professional partner providing a vital service. This clarity gives you the confidence to state your price not with apology, but with a quiet conviction rooted in the tangible benefit you provide. This isn't about greed, it's about honoring the exchange. It's about building a sustainable practice where you are energized, not drained, by your work, allowing you to show up and create for years to come. I know this idea of value can still feel a bit abstract when we're so close to our own work. So, to make this principle tangible, let's explore it through an analogy from a world we all understand. Think of it like the editing process. When a filmmaker finishes shooting, They don't just release all the raw footage. They have hours of material, full of potential, but it's chaotic and unfocused. The real magic, the part that creates value, happens in the editing suite. A skilled editor doesn't add anything fake to the story. They find its truth. They meticulously cut away every single shot, every line of dialogue that distracts from the core emotional journey. They refine, they focus, they clarify. The film becomes powerful, not because of everything that was shot, but because of the intentional choices of what to keep. Building your brand is this same sacred act of editing. It's not about inventing a slick corporate persona. It's about looking at all your skills, your passions, and your experiences, and intentionally cutting away the noise to reveal the clearest, most potent story of the value you provide. You're not just a photographer, you're an editor who decides your story is, I capture the soul of emerging brands. This isn't marketing spin, it's narrative clarity. It's the final cut of your professional promise, presented with confidence. But to make those cuts, an editor needs a deep conviction in the story they're telling. So, what is the internal story need to believe before you can confidently edit your own? The internal story is simple, but it changes everything. It's the shift from seeing yourself as a passive artist to embracing your role as a proactive creative professional. The artist identity, as beautiful as it is, often waits for inspiration, waits for discovery, waits for someone else to bestow value upon their work. It places your financial well-being in the hands of others. The creative professional, on the other hand, takes full ownership. They understand that their talent is a powerful problem-solving engine. They don't just create, they serve. They actively seek out the people they can help and build a reliable system to deliver that help. This isn't about becoming a cold-hearted business person. It's about becoming the responsible steward of your own gift. It's the difference between being a brilliant chef who hopes someone stumbles into their kitchen and being the restaurateur who intentionally designs a menu, sets the table, and invites the community in for a nourishing meal. This is the fundamental mindset shift. From hoping your value will be recognized to confidently articulating the value you consistently provide. So let's bring this all together. Let's outline the simple blueprint you can use to start closing that 5-figure gap for good. So this is the foundation of your blueprint. It's not about becoming a salesperson. It's about becoming a steward of your own value. It's the profound shift from passively hoping your work gets discovered to proactively articulating the problem you solve. This clarity dismantles the fear around money and replaces it with a quiet confidence in the exchange you're making. You're not selling out. You're building a sustainable path to serve others with your gift for the long haul. I'd love to hear from you. What's the biggest internal barrier you face when it comes to the business side of your creative work? Share it in the comments below. There's strength in knowing we're not alone in this. If this conversation resonated, and you're ready to continue building a career that truly honors your talent, make sure to subscribe. Together, we'll keep adding to your blueprint, piece by piece.